Some applaud these orders, others have reflected their concerns. Today, Rhode Island Congressman Gabe Amo joins us live to talk about these policies. Congressman, thanks for being here.
Good to see you, Tamara.
So let's start with the federal funding pause because it's supposed to take effect in just about 30 minutes. Did Congress have any idea that this was coming before that letter went out?
No, there was a sequence of activities over this past week that have shown the Trump administration to be unlawful, chaotic, and harmful. Essentially, we saw an executive order last week, and then we saw clarification on that executive order, and then we saw this memo come out yesterday, not even directly to Congress, about this Trump funding freeze that is going to inflict pain and hurt everyday Rhode Islanders.
Now, GOP members of the House argue that this is a good thing. We actually have some sound from Republican Eric Schmidt, if we can pull that up right here.
My understanding the order is to review it. I think the Biden administration, not in addition to burrowing people in the administrative state, also was rushing money out the door.
Administration there. Now, we obviously have a massive deficit. That's no secret. Was the federal government approving funds too quickly in some cases?
Look, I think we're focused on the wrong things. When you look at this Trump funding freeze, you are looking at programs like Medicaid being affected. I've spoken with our state Medicaid leadership who are locked out of a payment system. This affects blue states and red states. This isn't about rushing money out. This is about doing the basic functions, making sure that those Head Start programs are running, that the Ocean State Center for Independent Living is able to run, that nonprofits are able to do the business of servicing their communities. So any notion of malfeasance is a misdirection and not focused on supporting Rhode Islanders and people across this country.
I believe the White House did say that the Medicaid funding is separate, that the lockout right now, they're looking into what's causing that. And
I believe it when I see it because we haven't seen that yet. Me and my colleagues.
Well, they just said that. So if they, it takes a while to investigate things. Can we say for sure that that's what's causing this?
Well, as I said, I've spoken to our leaders here in this state, and they've said that's an issue. We've got 30 minutes to go on this particular order. And so this is about them proving that they actually care about Rhode Islanders and people across this country. We haven't seen that yet. This is going to be harmful. They have changed their answers over and over and over again. And so I don't want anybody to be hurt. And I don't think that is what government should be doing.
So the implications just not entirely clear with these programs. Federal funding, of course, on the top of everyone's mind with, like you said, this happening in less than a half hour now. But immigration is another hot topic. Now, yesterday, I think a lot of people were kind of taken aback by some of the comments that Democratic governors made. Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey says it appears that ICE is targeting criminals who are here illegally. If that's the case, do you support the arrest, or do you have any knowledge that they're targeting people simply for being undocumented?
Well, look, I believe that if you are undocumented and you've committed a crime that rises to the standard of you being deported, that's reasonable. That's compliant with the law. But when you do a whole-scale profiling of people, as I've seen reported that the president isn't happy with the number of people being deported and wants to see more, when you work fast, as we've seen with these executive orders, you make mistakes. And so I don't want us to not live consistent with our values, and that is what's at stake.
So you support arresting criminals, but you're concerned that these executive orders are going too far and are kind of overreaching, targeting too many people, that may be a concern with this?
Well, we're on day 7 of the Trump administration, and we're already talking about chaos. We're talking about unlawfulness. We're talking about disruption to the lives of everyday Rhode Islanders. When I think about the 300,000 people who are receiving Medicaid, and there's uncertainty about how the system will function, how hospitals will be paid, how managed care organizations will receive money, how physicians will be paid, et cetera. We see that is chaos, that is problematic, and we deserve better. So President Trump should undo this order that he's put forth.
Again, I do just want to clarify that the White House has said this will not affect Medicaid, and I believe the governor's office just said the same thing, that they believe this will not affect Medicaid. So before people at home freak out, obviously there's a lot of unknowns about this. Congressman Amo, thanks so much for joining us today and providing your insight on all of these executive orders, because there, of course, are so many to talk about. We appreciate it.
Thank you.